Well, it's even worse when people hear, this is why I say, people don't realize that America is actually, they provide more opportunities than any other country. You don't get assurance maladie in Quebec unless you've been employed and paying taxes. I think, unless they changed it, I haven't been there since 2004, 3 years. So in other words, you do not receive anything comparable to EBT, SNAP, any of that, unless you are a tax-paying citizen with a record. They don't let people come there, white or black. Also, they are way more racist than America. People don't realize that. French Canadians, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
They're super racist. And the reason, like, my experience has been that Americans are the least racist people of all the countries. That includes Europe, that includes Canada. People think Canada's awesome, but French Canadians hate the Haitians because it's a French colony. They hate the Vietnamese. They're just awful.
That's what I was about to say. It's different pockets that they hate. They don't hate. They don't hate us, Americans.
Yeah, they don't like Americans.
I didn't experience that.
Yeah, they talk behind your back.
I experienced it. Well, that may
and it's bullshit too. They're jealous. They're jealous.
But they're gonna do that here too.
Yeah. So. No, I know. Yeah, no. Canada's a silly place where, again, it's bigger than the United States with 1/10 of the population, and it doesn't have the same kind of diversity that we have here. I mean, when people point to Norway or these countries that have giant social safety nets, it's like take the population of Rhode Island. Hey, and I'm sure you could probably make it work better too if it was 100% black or 100% Nordic. When you have a cultural common ground, it's easier, right? We have a lot more pockets in this country than in places like Canada. It's a beautiful city to visit, though. I highly recommend it. To live there is awful. You want to pay 52% income tax and 14%. What was sales tax when you went? 14%?
Yeah, sales tax.
You know what's crazy about it?
Like that.
You're taxed on tax. So you have a bill, they tax 7%, total it, and then tax another 7%.
I was about to say, they came and got some more money after we got back.
Yeah, that's socialism in Quebec. And I mean, I've buried relatives from their socialized health care.
Which is why we need to fight harder to preserve this country first. Because see, we keep going back because of our ethnic differences and our beliefs and what have you. We can never move forward. And right now, we are in the fight of our life as Americans. Because let me tell you something right now. There's a huge push to supplant that damn dollar. And if you think that dollar doesn't mean nothing, you watch what happens when it loses that reserve currency status. You'll see what it's like to have a goddamn currency that's worth nothing. Okay? So we've got to we really got to reevaluate. Listen, we're not going to ever agree on every goddamn thing. But the one thing we got to agree on is that we are Americans. And to the rest of the world, whether you're black, white, Republican, Democrat, independent, or what have you, you know what? They still see you as American. All right? So since we're one and the same, let's figure out what we need to do to address the real goddamn problems, you know? Now, as far as it goes for the young white male, I can't speak on his frustration. I simply hope that, you know what, we don't repeat the damn mistakes of the past, because look where it's gotten us after all these hundreds of years. We got to move forward.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not asking you to speak for them. I'm asking you guys to consider listening.
Sure.
Because they're at a point where, I don't know if you know this, a lot of young white dudes have had some pretty fucking tough breaks and no advantages. And they grew up in an era. No. Look, everyone has it. Everyone has it.
Nothing about no poor disenfranchised.
But that's the disconnect, man.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that, man.
That's
real talk. That's real talk.
Well, real talk, 12 times the murder rate. You don't want to believe it? Fine.
I don't.
And that kid's not going to want to pay reparations.
You know what else on top of that?
Yeah.
I ain't scared. So you can throw them threats out there all you want.
I know you're not scared.
About what the young white man might do.
I know you're not scared because you're 12 times less likely to be the victim of a violent crime from a white person than he is of you. That's a fact.
No, I'm 12 times more likely to defend myself against some bullshit. So if the young white boy come with that bullshit, I'm gonna meet that bullshit with some bullshit.
A lot of white people going into black neighborhoods.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of white boys going into black neighborhoods around.
And ain't nobody playing. Understand that?
Well, you guys, come on, let's real talk. You've never seen a white person come in solo into a black neighborhood and start a fight. I don't think you've ever seen it.
I don't see black people.
Let's be honest, guys. You're not afraid of young white kids.
For entertainment. Steve, you saw a white man going to church and
correct me.
I'm agreeing with you, but I'm also giving you a flip side to that coin that you completely ignored.
No, because he said, I'll stop some bullshit from a white. I tell you, young white guys are afraid when they're surrounded by black guys.